Tikka T3x compact tactical. Nice gun. We're going to do a little redneck review on it. Hello, we have a Tikka T3x stainless compact tactical model. Doing a little redneck review on this, talking about the fit and finish and the options that these rifles come with. This is a stainless all-weather model, pretty much. Looking at the bolt, it has the oversized bolt handle and is typical Tikka, smooth as butter. The typical Tikka release on the side, and this one has the dual lug design, tapered. It just makes for an awesome smooth action. The looking at the backs of the lugs, the machining looks to be very square. Part of the reason probably why Tikkas are inherently accurate as a rule. This gun has not been fired yet. Before we fire it, I'll be cleaning the bore and getting things like that taken care of as I do with any new rifle. This is brand new, never been fired. Some of the options that the tactical comes with, this particular one anyway, 10 round magazine, metal, seems to be pretty well made, robust, feeds in the gun very nice, once you get the hang of it, it slides right in and fits perfect. A 0 MOA Picatinny rail is included with this. 6 screws holding it in. Very robust, well thought out mount. Looking down here, we have a full floated barrel with a synthetic stock. And we have 5/8 by 24 thread threaded muzzle. Very well put together. Fit and finish seems to be spot on. Looking at the stock, we have Tikka's synthetic stock with adjustable grips. You can get the aftermarket from Tikka, change these grips out to be a different angle. These tactical models seem to have the more vertical grip. It's not too vertical to where it doesn't feel comfortable when you shoulder the gun. It's got a nice palm swell for ambidextrous shooters. I'm left-handed, and I shoot right-handed action rifles. And in looking at this stock, it fits well for people like me, people like anybody. When we take a look at the top, you can see the palm swell is on both sides of the stock, and the cheek piece is ambidextrous as well. Well thought out. Okay, so with all of that being said, with this rifle and its options, the Tikka tactical models come with either 20 or 24 inch barrels. This one is a 20-inch model. I'm going to be cleaning the bore, and I will be mounting a Veracity 3 to 15 power scope. And we will be sighting in, zeroing with factory Hornady ammunition. We've got some Precision Hunter. Usually this stuff shoots lights out. Been my experience with past rifles that if you want to get good factory ammunition, Hornady is a good place to go. As well as Nosler Trophy grade, you know, any of those higher grade ammos obviously will do well for the common man that, you know, doesn't hand load their ammo. So we will get to work on this and see how we make out. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to run the first rag down the barrel straight from the factory. And taking a look at the end of the muzzle, this is what the rag looks like. Not too bad, really, considering it is a little bit of machining grime in there. You'll usually run across that with new guns, especially. Always clean. Always clean the muzzle before you fire the gun. It's just one of my rules anyway. I feel that anything that's in the muzzle, or the bore, I should say, gets burned into the bore. And it's one thing to have carbon from firing. That cleans out. Machining dust, I can't imagine cleans out very well. It may not be fact. It's just kind of my rule of thumb. But in firing a brand new rifle, I want that bore as clean as I can get it before I start sending lead down the barrel. I want to know that what's inside that bore is from bullets only. All right, and taking this apart, the tension on the action screws broke loose at 35 inch-pounds on my torque wrench, fat wrench. Let's take a look at what we have here. Tikka uses Torx head screws, which is nice. Lots of contact there. In looking at the stock, Tikka's recoil lug is built into the stock and not into the action. The action has a groove, fits right into the recoil lug that is in the stock itself. We have what appears to be straight screw holes going down with no pillars into this synthetic stock. We do have brass threading in the stock for what appears to be optional screw here and the sling swivel that came with the gun. The trigger guard, I'm not going to take that out. I don't think taking that out is going to really show or do much, really. And looking at the action, obviously a very clean setup. This adjuster screw, I believe. I'm not going to mess with that. The trigger has a nice clean break already. I might take it down a little bit. It is a very clean break, but it's a little stiff. It feels closer to about 3.5 pounds. I might take it down to 2-ish, as this will be used for a hunting rifle. I don't want to take it down into the ounces. Nice looking setup. Well made. All right, we've got the scope mounted. I've fired the first shot through the gun, and we are on paper. This is what we look like on the first patch coming out of the fresh fired rifle here. So, breaking in the barrel, I like to shoot once, clean, see how many patches it takes to clean, and then shoot again, see how many patches it takes to clean. General rule is it should take fewer and fewer patches each time you clean, as you are wearing down any of the microscopic machining tool marks that are in the rifling. Just kind of a theory of mine, take it or leave it, I guess. Well, we'll see how we do here. Making out pretty well so far. First shot was on paper, bore sighted at 100 yards, so I think we're going to be doing all right. Fired the second shot. I'm running a rag down the barrel. This is the second patch after the wet patch. Not looking too bad. Cleans up pretty fast. I find that when I break my barrels in this way, I'm not wasting ammunition, for one, which is also hard to come by right now. I start right off sighting the gun with a fresh, breaking the barrel in, sighting the gun at the same time. Cleaning in between shots as I adjust the scope for, impact and sighting in at 100 yards. This rifle will be zeroed at 100. The scope that's on it is a first focal plane Veracity Barris scope, and it's a 3-to-15 power. It's got hash marks and the reticle. I'm not sure what the reticle's called on it, but it seems to be a pretty decent scope. It'll be a perfect hunting rig. Rifle will be very nimble, flickable. The short barrel, lightweight. I think the rifle weighs 8.1 pounds without the scope, and with this scope that's on it, it'll be perfect for coyotes to deer to elk. Be a great little hunting rig. I'd recommend this to anybody so far. I'll be showing you groups when we get the rifle broke in and see how she shoots. All right. We have the 10-round magazine. I fired 2 rounds through the gun, both on paper. The rags are coming out clean after the 3rd rag. So the gun, I'm going to send 3 or 5, and then I'm going to clean again. The feed on this is incredibly smooth. Coming out of the magazine, the feed is just butter smooth on this gun. And it's in. Very, very nice. I did adjust the trigger down. Very clean break. Zero creep. The typical breaks like a glass rod kind of trigger. It's a really nice rifle to shoot. I'm using a Sinclair Bipod with just a shooting bag underneath, and we're going to send them down to the 100-yard line. I'm going to send 3 or 5 of them down here, and we'll see how they group before I do any kind of sighting, per se, on the scope. Alrighty, here we go. That is literally less than half a minute so far. the second shot to the third shot after cleaning impacted, gosh, about a 1/4 inch away from the last shot fired. That's impressive. Looks like it's touching the last shot I just fired. We are cutting a ragged hole down there. Shooting pretty good. We got 3 shots. 3 shots is typical, in my opinion, for a hunting rifle. Let's see what we do with a 5-shot group, see if I can't blow it. That one walked a little bit to the right. Still looks like about a 3/4 minute group, maybe a 0.8, just because of this last one I just fired. That one went to the right, or I'm sorry, the left. Now the groups are starting to spread out. Now I can't tell if that's because of factory ammunition really, or if, I think it's the factory ammunition. The rifle, seems pretty solid. I've been feeling good on these shots going off. What do you got, 5 shots so far? That 5-shot group is done there. You know what I'm gonna do? We got 3 shots left. I'll let the barrel cool, clean it, and we'll see what we get for a 3-shot group. We're getting ready to fire the last 3 shots of our 10-shot clip. Magazine, I should say. The gun seems to be flawless. It took 4 rags to clean after 5 shots, and the 4th rag came out. Looked like I would use it again to clean. So to me, that's a sign of a pretty nice barrel when you've got a very smooth bore that cleans really well, as this one does. I think this is going to be a really nice, accurate rifle for a long time, lifetime. I want to kind of talk about the bipod that I'm using a little bit. This is a Sinclair bipod. The way this works is it's very handy. Hooks right onto any swivel stud on any rifle. This pin goes right through the swivel stud, and then you tighten it down with these finger screws here, and you can adjust the cant of the rifle up here, making sure that you're running level, and it's got the skis on the bottom. This is a great bipod for target shooting, for anything off a bench. I just kind of wanted to show that to everybody. These run around $200, I think, maybe $230. But Man, as far as bipods go for bench rest shooting, in my opinion, it's the best I've used. Okay. Okay, all that being said, got 3 rounds left in the magazine from the first 10 shots fired through the rifle. I'm going to send them down, and we'll see how we group at 100 yards. Alrighty. Nice ejector. You don't have to worry about stuff binding on this rifle for sure. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this factory ammo down, and I'm going to go grab a couple of hand loads just out of curiosity. These hand loads I have are 140 grain Match Kings that were loaded for my Savage Model 10, the rifle that I shot a mile with a couple of years ago. So hold tight, I'll be right back. What I have here are some hand loads. These are 140 grain Match Kings. They're loaded long, as you can tell. They're actually for the chamber of the Savage Model 10 that I have. I'm seeing as I'm putting them in this magazine that the magazine takes them with some room to spare. Looks like I have about 128 thousandths of an inch of spare space between the tip of the bullet and the magazine. So this rifle will be suitable for guys that like to hand load and load them long. This is just kind of a curiosity thing here. I'm only loading 3 of them. I'm going to shoot the first one and I'm just going to see how the gun acts, because while this is loaded for my Savage, this may not this rifle may not like these rounds. Let's see what happens. Closed well. Tells me that it's got a long throat. I haven't measured it or anything, but let's see what these do. I think I'm running 43 grains of 4350 in these, H4350, if I'm not mistaken, with CCI BR2 primers, the pool of brass. Wow. And this gun likes them. I just put 2 in the same hole at 100 yards. We'll see if we can put 3 in the same hole at 100 yards. A bit windy out there. That one I pulled. Damn it. But it likes them. Take you down and I'll show you what we did. This is what we have for the target we used to break in the Tikka. This is the first shot fired at 100 yards, bore-sighted. This is the second shot fired, right here. Then we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was our 5-shot group. I remember 4 and 5 spread on me. I don't know, that could have been totally me. I don't think it's the gun. Cleaned the bore, sent 3 more right here. This is my fowler. 1, 2, or 3, 2, 3 I should say. And those are with Hornady 143 grain ELDX bullets, the Precision Hunter. Then after that, without cleaning the bore, I did this with my hand loads. 1, 2, and I pulled the third one, of course. But this is, in my opinion, very easily a sub-MOA rifle. You do your part, the rifle will do its part. Very well made. I'm very impressed with it. Looking at what we have, 20-inch barrel, 1 1/8 twist. Fit and finish is spot on. Works very smooth. Excellent trigger. Threaded barrel for options for suppressors and muzzle brakes and the like. It's ready to go. I think the rifle weighs, with the scope, I'm going to guess around 9 pounds, maybe 9.5, which should be no problem for anybody, you know, that wants to take this rifle hunting. The short barrel makes it super easy to carry through the woods on your way to or from your tree stand, and it is just a blast to shoot this thing. This may end up being my next rifle. Alrighty, thanks much for watching.